Pisces, what is going on with you? Come on in, have a seat. Make yourself comfortable. My name's Alan from UnknownTruthTarot.com. Welcome back to another Pisces love reading. Now, if this is your first time here and you have questions that you want answered about your romantic love life or your relationship, then start now by subscribing and clicking on that little bell icon so you always get notified anytime I post a new Pisces tarot reading for you. Now let's get on with this Pisces love reading today, because today we are going to take a look at the status of the love connection between you and your romantic person of interest here at the end of February 2023. I'm going to do that by getting one card to represent the mutual point of interest between the two of you. Then I'm going to get 3 cards for you, Pisces, 3 cards for your person, and then I'm going to clarify everything with the second deck, just to make sure we can get down to the bottom of the unknown truth about what's really going on in this love connection of yours. So let's get started here. Excuse me. Let's get one card for what is the mutual point of interest between Pisces and their romantic person of interest in February 2023. Okay, let's get 3 for you, Pisces. What's going on with Pisces as it relates to their romantic person of interest and the connection between them here in February 2023, please. One more card for Pisces. I got one flip over in the deck here for you. Let's get one more for you, Pisces. What's going on with Pisces as it relates to their person and the connection between them? Thank you. Now let's get 3 cards for my person. What's going on with Pisces' romantic person of interest as it relates to Pisces and the connection between the two of them here at the end of February 2023? Thank you. Okay. On the bottom of the deck, wait a minute. Before I do that, I know it's Pisces season. Pisces season started on what, I think the 18th, a couple days ago. So happy birthday. I know you got a birthday coming up, so happy birthday to you. But I want to do more than just tell you happy birthday. I want to thank you for watching my readings here on YouTube and the success that you've helped make my channel. And I've put together a special Pisces birthday celebration giveaway. So I'm going to be giving away a free personal reading to one of my subscribers that's Pisces. Unfortunately, cross watchers, this doesn't apply to you, so you have to actually be a Pisces to qualify for this. So I'm holding a drawing for the free personal reading. I'm also going to be giving away 2 gift cards that you can use in my Unknown Truth Tarot Metaphysical Supply Store. So those gift cards will be good on anything I have in the store, from Pisces T-shirts, 1111 T-shirts, coffee mugs, tarot decks, crystals, orgone pyramids, singing bowls, like you name it. If we have it in the store, you'll be able to use the gift cards for us for that. But I want to take it a step farther than that, because I know a lot of people think that they have bad luck, and I don't want you to have to rely on luck in order to get something cool for your birthday. So I'm giving away free Pisces gifts as birthday presents to any of my Pisces subscribers. You just have to go to the web address that I just put here on the bottom of the screen, enter your name and email address. When you do that, that will enter you into the drawing for the free personal reading and the gift cards, but it will also let you pick out one of the items from my store as a free birthday gift. I'll send that to you totally on the house. The only thing I ask is that you help me not go completely broke doing this. I've spent a considerable amount of money on all these gifts, and I have thousands of Pisces subscribers and probably thousands more that aren't subscribers that watch me. So I'm just asking that you help me not go completely broke doing this by covering the small shipping fee that it takes to send that out to you. So anyway, go to that web address there at the bottom of the screen. I've put the link to it in the description right below this video and in the first pinned comment. So all you got to do is click that, fill out the little form, and that enters you and gets you your free birthday present. Anyway, enough babbling. Happy birthday. Let's get on with this reading, because on the bottom of the deck, the overall energy of this reading is the King of Swords. This is Gemini or Aquarius energy. Excuse me. This is a decision maker type of an energy here. It's someone who's very smart and very logical, very rational, reasonable. Usually a pretty fair person, not all the time though, but when this is a person that when they make their decisions, they're completely emotionally detached in their decision making. They don't consult their emotions whatsoever. In fact, it's pretty often that the King of Swords will try to pretend like he doesn't have any emotions. He doesn't let that get involved. He's going to make the best, most logical, most rational decision available based on what's right in front of him. What can he see? What are the truth and the facts of the matter? Let me do the math and add the numbers up and see if your math adds up, and then I'll make my decision that way. So this can sometimes feel like a person who's kind of cold and detached, cold and calculated sometimes. Right under that, we have the Ace of Swords. So I got 2 swords right off the rip here. Not what I want to see in a love reading. I want to see a bunch of cups. I'm even cool with some wands for some passion, but I don't want to see a bunch of swords. The Ace of Swords is the sword of victory. It's the sword of truth. It's the sword of clarity. Sometimes this is a sword that you would use to make a decision. The word decision, the Latin word that word comes from, literally means to cut off, like to cut off the other options to where you're left with only one option here. So this can represent a cold, detached decision maker that's making a decision very logically with no emotions involved, coming to some sort of decision here. This can even be the sword you would use to sever a relationship with. Shit, right under that, I have another sword. I have the Knight of Swords. This is the fastest moving knight in the deck. This is about like rushing forward and speaking the truth on something. But when that happens, it's spoken in like kind of a harsh way. Like there was not really a need to say it that way. This can also be like rushing forward, taking some rapid, decisive action. The Knight of Swords is an action taker. He's not someone who's going to come rushing in super fast and then sit down and read the instruction manual or do some serious thought trying to figure out what do I do now that I'm here. This is the person who comes rushing in and does something without thinking about it first, or without thinking about it while they're doing it. They come in, they do it, they leave, and they don't bother to think about it until after it's done. This can be a real spontaneous, like abrupt kind of an energy here. Have the Ace of Wands underneath that. So this is a new beginning in passion and desire, a passionate new beginning. The wand is the phallic symbol of the tarot deck, so it can represent the male phallus, using it to be intimate, sexual energy, sex, things of that nature. Some new beginning in that sense of the word here. And another sword right under that, 6 of Swords, is Aquarius energy. This is an energy of moving forward into calmer waters. It's about moving away from the rough, choppy waters of the past, leaving that behind, and moving forward into calmer waters toward what it is that someone actually wants here. At its core, this card's about moving away from the 5 of Swords. And the 5 of Swords is that mentally and psychologically painful situation or event, like a betrayal, a big fight, something that's not really good energy, some kind of a conflict. It's about leaving that painful thing in the past where it belongs and moving away from it and forward toward the future. So I got, out of these 5 cards, 4 of them are swords. That's not such a great sign. So this is the overall energy of the reading. That's basically the gist of what this reading is probably going to talk to me about. We'll probably come back to this as we move along. This mutual point of interest is shared energy that affects you both in some way here in February 2023. It doesn't always affect you both exactly the same way, though. Sometimes it's a case of they did something and you're feeling this, or vice versa, you did something and they're feeling this. Sometimes it legitimately is an external energy that is affecting you both. But here in February 2023, the mutual point of interest between the two of you is the 5 of Cups. This is Scorpio energy. This is an energy of sadness and remorse about the past. It's about being focused on these 3 cups that have been spilled out, all the love and emotions that have been spilled and wasted, all the time, effort, and energy that's been spilled and wasted. Meanwhile, there are 2 upright cups still in the background. That 2 cups represents the 2 of Cups, some sort of a connection between 2 people, an emotional connection between the 2 of you. It can also represent a choice between more than 1 cup of love here. Some sort of sadness, remorse, regrets possibly about that here that's affecting you both. So let me clarify this and find out what else I can see for you. Tell me about this 5 of Cups. Why is this the mutual point of interest between Pisces and the romantic person of interest? Thank you. Okay. On the bottom of the deck, we have the Star. This is the Aquarius Major Arcana card. This is a card of healing. It's a card of hope. Sometimes this is a card of wish fulfillment. In a love reading, sometimes this can signify the one for me, as in, because this is shared energy, it's affecting you both. One of you could have believed the other one was the one for me, vice versa. It could have been both of you had that kind of a feeling. This is card 17 of the Major Arcana. Card 16, the one that comes right before this in the sequence, is the Tower. So you don't make it to the Star energy without going through a Tower moment of some kind first, where something in your life came apart. It all came crashing down all around you. It was like an abrupt game changer where nothing was the same moving forward from that moment. That's happened in the past already. I've seen that Six of Swords like an energy of moving away from the past and forward toward the future. This tells me that we had a Tower moment between the two of you. When the Tower happens and everything comes apart and nothing's the same anymore, it can be really hard to see your path moving forward from there. This is the guiding light from the universe that lights the way for you so you can see your path moving forward. It's where hope comes from. It's where healing comes from. So we've had something bad go on, potential sadness and remorse about it. At very least, there's some negative, low vibrational feelings. That's kind of the core message of this card, that whatever a person focuses on will literally dictate to them what emotions they feel. So if you focus on the past, you will feel what you felt in the past. If you focus on something that you think you've lost, you're going to feel the loss. And if you focus on something that's missing from your life, you will feel that gap in your life. So there's some focus that's off here. Negative, lower vibrational energies, and the hope that this can be healed is here on the bottom of the deck. Right below that is the Three of Swords. Libra energy of heartbreak and sadness, usually from a third energy. Now that third energy does not always have to be a person. And when it is, it doesn't always have to be a romantic third party. It can definitely be that, but this can also be nosy friends, nosy family members, nosy neighbors, co-workers, anyone that's not you, Pisces, not your person, sticking their nose where it doesn't belong can become that third energy and cause a heartbreaking situation. Hell, any number of things could actually be that third energy. Like anything that we do enough of, that we put enough of our energy into, is eventually going to pick up its own energy. So my career has an energy that affects my life and the people around me. So work can be that third energy, career can be that, like geographic distance could be that, an addiction could be that. Any number of things could be that third energy. But we've got some heartbreaking thing. A Tower has clearly happened because I've got the Star. The love has been spilled out. It looks like probably at the hands of some very abrupt decision from someone who has thrown emotions out the window and possibly started a passionate new beginning here. Right under that Three of Swords, I have Temperance. This is the Sagittarius Major Arcana card. This is a card of like patience, like trying to be patient on something, not moving too quickly on something, not being in a big hurry or a big rush. At its core, it's about blending two things together to make something new, but not doing that all at once. It's about like doing it a little bit at a time and taking a step back and looking at the big picture to see how is it all working out, and then coming back in to make some fine-tuning type adjustments. This can also be an energy of reconciliation, or at least having the hope that after this heartbreaking thing has occurred and all this sadness and remorse and negative feelings we're feeling, having the hope that we can like balance this back out, that we can take this love that's been separated into two different cups and recombine it back together like the angel in the card is doing. Trying to balance it back out. Six of Pentacles is Taurus energy of balance. It's generosity, reciprocity, like you scratch my back, I'll scratch your back, you take care of me, I take care of you type of an energy. This would be like equal give and take. The problem with this, especially after having seen this very abrupt action that led to a passionate new beginning, having sadness and remorse and regrets about what has happened here, clearly a Tower, there's the potential for a third energy being involved. This can represent the Merchant, which in this case would be your person giving to two, as in having you and someone else that they're giving to. What came out to clarify the Five of Cups is the Emperor, the Knight of Cups, and the Wheel of Fortune. So the Emperor is Aries Major Arcana energy. This is an energy of like taking control, taking charge of a situation. This is like someone who is assumed control of something, whether that's for the positive or the negative, we'll have to see as we move on here. But this can be a controlling type of an energy here. If you look at the emperors from ancient Rome as an example of that, what they cared about was getting what they wanted. They wanted to conquer some neighboring territory and take all the loot and the treasure and bring it back to them, get their face on some statues. So this can be an energy of someone who's willing to do whatever it takes to get what they want, regardless of the consequences of that. Like the emperors from Rome didn't really care how many soldiers died or how many women ended up with a dead husband. They cared about conquering and getting what they wanted. So this is a master manifester kind of an energy. It's about someone who has all the abilities to put together a plan to get what they want and then execute that plan to get what they want. Looks like what they wanted was the Knight of Cups. Knights are action takers. Cups are about love and emotions. So this is actions toward love and emotions, like moving forward with romantic gestures, romantic offers, moving forward with a love offer, trying to advance a love offer or a love connection and move forward in that in some way. That's directly under this Five of Cups, the sadness and the remorse about the past, the spilled love, the wasted time, the wasted effort and energy. Final card to clarify that Five of Cups is the Wheel of Fortune. In terms of zodiac signs, this would represent the 4 fixed signs, so Leo, Taurus, Aquarius, and Scorpio. This is like the Wheel of Fate, the Wheel of Destiny, so this can represent a fated event, like what's supposed to happen happened. This can also represent a change in the luck and fortune in this connection here, where the wheel has now spun the other way, and if it was going great, now it went to hell in a handbasket really quickly. This is an abrupt change to something here. Looks like at the hands of someone who was in control and decided that what they wanted was to move forward on some love offer, and that changed everything. It's not uncommon at this stage in the reading that I don't fully comprehend what this is trying to tell me. Although this does seem pretty clear so far, I won't know for sure until I start going through your energy, Pisces, because as I'm going through your energy, I'll be able to see how that relates to you. I'll come back to it again as I go through your person's energy so I can see how it applies to them. But that's the shared energy affecting you both. Your energy in this connection for the end of February, Pisces, is the Moon, the Ten of Swords, and the Emperor. The Moon is a Pisces major arcana card. This is, it's like fear and worry and anxiety, usually from uncertainty. Like when the moon is out, it's dark outside. You can't see the full path in front of you. So this can be like having the uncertainty of not being able to see the full path in front of you, not being sure if, am I still on the right path or not? Did I make a mistake? Did I make a wrong turn somewhere? Should I stop and go back? And the uncertainty of that can be causing some fear, worry, and anxiety. The other meaning to this card can be something being hidden in the dark, some sort of an illusion that you're seeing, some sort of secret being kept. Let me clarify this here. Why is the moon the first card out for Pisces? Tell me more about the moon, please. I see a lot of cards flipping over and showing themselves to me and then going back in. And they're not flipping all the way over so I can see what they are. They're just like, they're playing games with me here. Got one buried in here. Oh yeah, I knew that was coming. On the bottom of the deck, 8 of Cups. This is Pisces energy. This is a card of detachment, like emotional detachment, or even physically detaching and walking away. The person in the card is walking away from 8 full cups of love, and they're doing that because they believe there's something better out there for them. They're making the conscious, difficult decision to walk away from what they have, to go down a brand new path towards something that they believe is going to lead them to their own emotional happiness and fulfillment. They're walking away from 8 cups, going off in search of their 9th and their 10th cup. Sometimes this can represent, I've got such a level of uncertainty and fear and worry and anxiety about this, or that there was something hidden from me for long enough of a time that it caused you to emotionally detach and walk away. This could also represent your person's energy showing up here because what they've done has affected you so strongly. If that's the case, this would be an energy of someone who thinks the grass might be greener on the other side of the fence, and there might be something better out there for me than what I currently have with you. So I'm going to go off and see, is the grass greener on the other side of the fence or not? What they usually find out is what side of the fence the grass is on has got nothing to do with nothing. The grass is greener where you water it, where you nurture it, where you pour something of yourself into it, not what side of the fence it's on. So usually they find out the grass isn't greener over there, and then they'll try to come back. I think this is your person detaching and walking away. I've got the King of Wands right behind that. This would be Leo or Sagittarius energy. This is a bold, passionate, fiery, determined person that knows exactly what they want. Very similar to this Emperor type of an energy here. This is someone who's not going to take no for an answer. They're going to get what they want one way or another. This is like, I'm going to find a way to get what I want, or I'm going to make a way to get what I want. In terms of a person, this would be someone that you probably view as very attractive and charming and good looking. It's probably someone who's very driven and motivated, not just in the general sense of the word. This is the King of Wands. And like I said, when I saw this Ace of Wands down here, that's the phallic symbol of the deck. It's sexual energy, sex. This would be someone who's very driven and motivated in that sense of the word too. So they're very driven by passion, desire, and sexual energy. And I have the Nine of Pentacles right below that, Virgo energy. This is a singles energy here. It's a step backwards from the Ten of Pentacles, which would be like the combining together of two people and their lives into one to build something together. This is a step backward from that. This is a singles energy of like, with you or without you, I can do this on my own. I'm self-sufficient. I don't need you to take care of me physically. I don't need you to take care of me financially. I got all that handled. So this can sometimes represent a person who, if they're in a connection and they're showing up with this kind of an energy, it's usually a person who is presenting themselves in the physical world as being single, especially when they're driven by passion and desire and they're not going to take no for an answer, and they're in this very emotionally detached state of mind when they make their decisions. They've emotionally detached and maybe walked away. Looks like what they wanted was to advance on some love offer somewhere, possibly presenting themselves as being single when they weren't. Now, when I clarify the moon for you, I get the King of Pentacles, the Ace of Wands again, and the Tower. Now, the King of Pentacles is either Virgo or Taurus energy. This would be someone who would be like a husband figure, or that stable, committed person that I'm building my life around. It's usually someone who has their money, their finances, their physical assets and resources in order. Like I said, this would usually be like a husband or a very committed, like, other half of you type of a person here. This is like he works together as equals with the Queen of Pentacles. They build that Ten of Pentacles together. And I see this Nine of Pentacles here. So we're a step backwards from that. Shit. Got the Devil right under that. Like, this is toxic energy. This is not good. Not good news here. Looks like your person has taken some passionate new beginning somewhere else. The Ace of Wands, new beginning and passionate desire, phallic symbol, using it to be intimate. And that has led to a Tower. It's possible that this whole thing was hidden in the dark from you, was kept secret from you, or that was at some point in the past, and now you're still focused on the past and probably fearful that that's going to happen again, possibly uncertain whether or not this person that you're building your life with is going to get the wand out and follow the wand and bring the Tower down. Maybe that's exactly what they did. Maybe you're just worried about that happening again. It's looking to me, based on what I'm seeing, that that's what they did. This is the collapse of some important structure you have in your life, whether that's the relationship itself, whether that's like your day-to-day existence as you know it collapsing, whether this is a belief system. In other words, like, I believed we had this certain type of special connection. I believed it was one way between us, and then something has happened to collapse that belief and change everything. This is definitely a game changer, and I knew I was going to see this because I had the star on the bottom of the deck when I clarified the shared energy. So I knew a Tower had happened, and here it is in your first column of cards. A person's first card is always their most important. Yours is the Moon. Fear, worry, anxiety, secrets. Your second card, your central energy, is the Ten of Swords. This is Gemini energy. This is a swift ending to something. Sometimes it's a swift, painful ending to something. Sometimes it's an ending you didn't see coming, hence the swords being in your back and not your front. Sometimes this is an ending in betrayal, hence the swords being in your back, getting stabbed in the back. No matter how you slice this energy, it's an ending to something. Tell me more about this Ten of Swords, please. Why is the Ten of Swords Pisces central energy? Let's get one more. Thank you. On the bottom of the deck, there's the star again. Second time I've seen this. Aquarius Major Arcana energy. This is healing. It's hope. It's the card that comes after the Tower. when the tower collapsed and this ending happened, you probably didn't see it coming. You probably had no idea because it was kept secret that they were moving forward somewhere else. And this is probably either the guiding light from the universe trying to help light the way for you so you can see your path moving forward from here. Or this is you still holding on to the hope that even though this is dead and over with, that there's the hope left that we can heal this, that we can fix it. But right behind that hope is a bunch of heartbreak and sadness from a third energy. Again, Libra energy, again, doesn't always mean romantic third party, although based on what I'm seeing, it looks like romantic third party to me. The Sun right behind that. This is Leo Major Arcana energy. Typically, this is the happiest card in the deck. It's happiness, joy, abundance, bliss, harmony. Really hard to get a better card than the Sun in a love reading when that's what it's actually representing. The other thing it can represent is just like the Star is the card that comes immediately after the Tower, the Sun is the card that comes immediately after the Moon. So when something's being kept hidden in the dark, when there's a secret being kept, something that you can't see, that you're not fully aware of, the next step is after the Moon goes down, the Sun comes up, and the light from the Sun shines into the darkness, lights the darkness up, and exposes all the things that have been hidden in the dark. So this can represent things becoming exposed, things becoming illuminated, and you being able to see what's actually going on. And it probably isn't what you thought you were going to see or what you wanted to see. When I clarify Ten of Swords, I get the Queen of Pentacles, the Four of Pentacles, and the Queen of Swords. First thing I noticed is I just got done talking about that this is one half of the equation that builds the Ten of Pentacles. He works together as equals with the Queen of Pentacles to build and manage that combining together of lives into one. Now I've got the Queen here right beside it. So again, this would be like husband and wife. This would be like committed people that live together, that are building their lives together. And there was something going on that was hidden in the dark that led to a tower. It looks like it was a passionate new beginning. And now there has been an ending for you. It looks like you are the one that got betrayed and stabbed in the back here and probably didn't see it coming. Next card I have is the Four of Pentacles. I don't know if I told you, this is Capricorn energy. This is also Capricorn energy of holding on tightly to something and not wanting to let go of it. Probably wanting to hold on to this connection, but the thing that's sitting right beside that is that Ace of Wands, that passionate new beginning. And the final clarifier for your Ten of Swords is the Queen of Swords. I've had way too many swords already. This is Libra energy. This is she who knows the truth. Now, sometimes this is about speaking the truth on something, sometimes in a harsh, cutting kind of a way. You can see how she has her hand held out on the card. That's her offering to let someone speak their truth, tell their side of the story. The problem is she already knows the truth. So whatever story they tell her had better match the truth she already knows, or she uses that sword to cut them. She's the off with their head kind of a queen here. She doesn't really take any bullshit. She's sitting right next to the Tower. So this can represent the severing of a relationship, the collapse of a relationship, having now found out what the truth is. I try to talk to the person about it and they lie to me, and then it's off with their head, even though I don't want to let go of them. The other interesting thing here is in this column of clarifiers, I do have two different queens. This can just represent two different aspects of you, Pisces. This can also represent that there is more than one feminine energy in the picture here. Final card for you, Pisces, the Emperor. We already saw this in the shared energy clarifiers that's affecting you both here at the end of February 2023. Again, Aries major arcana energy, a very like take control, take charge of the situation kind of an energy here, maybe setting some boundaries in place. This could represent you taking control. This isn't flying for me. You lied to me when I confronted you about it. It's off with your head. I'm taking control, putting barriers in place between us. This could represent your person's energy showing up here because it seems like what they did has affected you so strongly. This could be them being in control of everything. They're the one that had the decision to make. They're the one that had the decision to make. They're the one that took the rapid, decisive action based on their decision. And it looks like they're the one that started a passionate new beginning and decided to move forward into calmer waters. Son of a bitch, there's another sword right below that. Eight of Swords. Gemini energy of being stuck in your head about something and thinking about it over and over and over, and you can't shut your mind off. This is like, this is a not pleasant mental energy to be in, where you're just on that repeating loop in your mind and you can't quiet your mind down. And you're feeling like stuck and trapped and blocked because you don't know what to do here. Right below that's that Nine of Pentacles again, singles energy again. Again, this could be your energy, Pisces, if you taking control and putting some barriers in place. This could be your person's energy because they were the ones in control of all of this from the get-go. So tell me about this Emperor, please. Why is the Emperor here in Pisces energy at the end of February 2023? Yeah. Bottom of the deck. The Devil. Capricorn Major Arcana cards. So I've got 3 Capricorn cards out here. I've got Aries a couple of times. I've got Scorpio, more Pisces, Gemini, Libra, more Gemini, potential Aquarius. I've seen the star a few times. That could be Aquarius, Aries. You can be dealing with any of those signs. Hell, this is a general collective reading. I'm not tapping into your specific energy as an individual person. I'm tapping into the collective energy of a large group of Pisces people that I get messages for. So you could literally be dealing with any sign. I'm just calling out the ones that like prominently stick out to me just in case they have any meaning for you. But this is Capricorn energy. This is usually a heavy, toxic kind of an energy here. This is a control energy, kind of like the Emperor that we've seen twice now. But this isn't about someone being in control. This is controlling in the aspect of something is controlling someone here. If this is you feeling controlled by the situation, feeling controlled by this Emperor decision maker, by this very cold, calculated decision maker that's emotionally detached. This could be you feeling like controlled by the relationship, feeling trapped by the relationship, like it's got so much pull to it that you can't bring yourself to get away from it. I don't know if you know, but these are the 2 people from the Lovers card. So this can represent a powerful love connection that there's so much pull to, it's like hard to separate from it. But here, this is a distorted connection. It's not a divine connection. It's not the connection that you're supposed to be in, which is why this has happened to change things here. This is an energy of distortion. So the longer you stay in this type of an energy, the more it's going to change who you are. You can see here that the people have grown horns and tails from being in this toxicity for too long. This can represent an addiction. This can represent like an element of your person's shadow, like a piece of themselves that they don't like, that they don't want you to see. They don't want to even see it themselves. So they like push it down and they repress it and they pretend like it's not there, only it is there. It's something that needed dealt with a long time ago, and they're in denial about it. They're not dealing with it. So it rears its ugly head in ways that controls their behavior. Right under the Devil, I've got the Page of Swords, which is news, messages, communications of some kind. This is also an energy of someone who's trying to learn something, trying to figure something out, possibly having intuitive feelings that something's fishy here, something's hidden in the dark, something's going on that I'm not privy to. I don't fully see what's happening here. This could be you trying to figure that out, whether that's snooping around and looking through things and like trying to figure your person out, asking questions, spying, keeping tabs on them, checking out social media. This could actually be the other way around. This could even be a third person who saw what was going on and came back and reported it to you in some way. But I've seen 2 different instances where the thing that's being hidden has come to light, either by the sun getting shine on it and exposing it, or someone seeing it, or you uncovering something that figures it out. Right under that, I have Scorpio energy of the 6 of Cups. This is the card of the past. It's thinking about the past, reminiscing about the past, thinking about the good old days and the way things used to be between the 2 of you. This can even represent someone from the past making a comeback. The Lovers right behind that. So like I was alluding to with the Devil card, those are the same 2 people here. this is a powerful love connection here, but this a long time ago, before the card was called the Lovers, it used to be called the Choice. So oftentimes it represents a choice being made in a powerful connection, or it can even represent a choice between more than one lover. Looks like someone made a very cold, calculated, abrupt decision on that. Started some passionate new beginning. Looks like they were in control of everything, and you were just kind of like stuck in it and along for the ride. When I clarify the Emperor, I get the Page of Cups, the Eight of Swords again, Page of Wands, and the Fool. Page of Cups would be news, messages, communications about love and emotions, like lovey-dovey messages, flirtatious behavior, like exchanging love messages back and forth with someone. This is like an emotionally immature kind of an energy. Beginning stages of like some sort of a love offer, or talking about that. It's a step back from the Knight, which is going from like talking about it and communicating about it to actually doing something about it. And it looks like that was done by your person. Again, I've got the Emperor here being in control of the lovey-dovey messages and talking about that stuff. And then I've got the Emperor being in control of going from talking to actually taking action on it. Eight of Swords is next, which we just saw here. About 5 cards or so down in the overall energy of the reading. This is Gemini energy of being stuck in their head about something, or you being stuck in your head about something, grinding on it on that repeating loop, and being blindfolded, not being able to see the path in front of you, not being sure what's the safe step to take here, and feeling stuck and trapped and blocked because you can't see what's going on, which is what makes you grind on it. Page of Wands is next. News, messages, communications about passion and desire. I've seen the Ace of Wands in both decks. The passionate new beginning. Got lovey-dovey communications, actions. This is like passionate back and forth messages. This is also the minor arcana version of the Fool. It's someone who has the willingness to take the very first steps down a brand new path towards something there's passion and desire for. Looks like that's what some truth was spoken about. That's probably what the questioning was, and having the conversation about it when you already knew what was going on, and that led to the Tower. Final clarifier for the Emperor is the Fool. This is the minor arcana version of the Fool. So here, this is twice now I've got escalating energy. It's getting stronger. This is like not just the willingness to take the first step on something. This is just throwing caution completely out the window and saying, you know what, screw it, I'm going to go for it. I don't need to know how this is going to work out before I take the first step. I don't need to know what the final outcome is before I take the first step. I'm just going to go for it, and I'm jumping off this cliff, and I'll worry about how to grow wings on my way down. I'll worry about figuring this out as I move along. Now, this can also represent foolish behavior, risk-taking type behavior, like taking risks outside of the connection. That's the only card that doesn't have something in the horizontal row beside it. So there's just an empty gap here. I think that what they were doing was hidden from you up until a certain point when it was no longer able to remain hidden. But scoot this over and get some more room. That's your energy in this connection for February 2023. Let's take a look at your person's energy, because in their energy, their first card is the Five of Wands. Their central energy is the Two of Cups. And their last card is the Page of Pentacles. I've seen a lot of pages out here. This Five of Wands is Leo energy. Fives are conflict. Wands are about passion, desire. So this is a conflict in their desires, and an internal conflict they have about what it is they desire, what it is they want. This is like a piece of them wants one thing, and another piece of them wants pretty much the opposite of that, and they're playing this internal battle of tug of war, like pulling themselves in multiple different directions at the same time based on what it is they actually want. Tell me more about this Five of Wands, please. Let's get one more on the Five of Wands. Okay, we'll take 2. No problem. On the bottom of the deck, Nine of Cups. This is Pisces energy. It's a step backwards from that Ten of Cups that we all want, that fairy tale love connection that we all dream about, that happy stable, loving connection, that true love type of a connection, that happy fairy tale thing that we all dream about. This is a step backwards from that. This is a singles energy of being emotionally single. So I saw the Nine of Pentacles a couple of times where it's like your person was representing themselves in the physical world as being single. This is them feeling single, like emotionally being single. It can also be an energy of someone who's smug, who's like very self-centered and like is much more concerned about their own happiness and their own wish fulfillment than they are anything else. And I've got the Ten of Wands behind that, which is Sagittarius energy of a heavy burden that they're carrying. This is a 10 though, and 10s are completions. At least this is supposed to be the completion of some heavy burden. In other words, getting to the spot where they can lay this burden down and then move forward without it. I think what's burdening them is they have this internal conflict where a piece of them wants you, but a piece of them wants somebody else. And we saw the devil a couple of times. Like, they're controlled by what it is that they want. They're probably controlled by their sexual urges and their sexual energy. They're controlled by their own personal wish fulfillment, and they carry the burden of that. It could even be that being in the connection isn't what they wanted. A piece of them did, but another piece of them wanted to be emotionally single so they can do whatever they want, and maybe they were feeling burdened by being in a connection. Got the Four of Cups behind that, Cancer energy of emotional discontentment, like not being fully happy with what they have in front of them, to the point that they keep daydreaming about and getting distracted by this other cup, this other thing that they believe would lead them to their happiness and their fulfillment. Sometimes this can represent that there's a love offer on the table between the two of you and it hasn't been accepted or rejected, although I see nothing that would make me think that. This could even be them thinking about this other person while they're with you, not being happy while they're with you and keep daydreaming about that other person. This could even be them contemplating making a love offer, like doing that, contemplating like moving forward in that connection and not actually having done it quite yet at this stage. Queen of Wands is right below that. This is the third different queen I've seen now. This would be Leo or Aries energy. This would be like the counterpart to the King of Wands that we saw. This bold, passionate, fiery, determined person that knows what she wants and is going to go after it no matter what. Sometimes like the negative aspect of this type of a person would be that they can carry some drama with them. They can be kind of a drama queen. They can want what they want so bad that they don't even care that this person's taken. If this is your person's other person, this would be someone that they view as very sexy and vivacious and like fun to be around and like the life of the party, and they have like an intense attraction to that person. Hence them being internally conflicted about what they want. When I clarify that Five of Wands internal conflict, I get the Six of Pentacles, the Star, the High Priestess, and the Four of Swords. This one is draining me. I keep fighting off yawning. Six of Pentacles, we already saw this, Taurus energy. Either balance, which this is not, equal give and take, which this is clearly not, or this is the merchant, them giving to two. That's what I think that is. The Star, Aquarius major arcana energy. Again, card of healing, card of hope, card of wish fulfillment. Right here on the bottom, card of personal wish fulfillment. Again, though, this is the card that comes after the Tower. It's almost like, yeah, I know if I do this, if I keep giving to two, it's going to cause a Tower, but I'm hoping that it doesn't happen that way. I'm hoping that ultimately I get what I want anyway. High Priestess. I think they were hiding it from you, and this is your intuition, your gut feelings, like the signs, the synchronicities, the dreams with messages in them. You're just intuitive knowing, telling you, hey, something's fishy here. This is this, like in and of herself, like the High Priestess, she knows everything. She sits in front of the veil of consciousness, so she knows everything. She doesn't always tell us everything, though. Sometimes there's stuff that we're not meant to know. Sometimes there's stuff we don't need to know until it's time, at which point she clues you in through your gut feelings and your intuition and those intuitive hits where you just, I know something's up. I can't prove it. I don't have any facts to support it, but I know. That's what she represents. The moon and her both represent the intuition. Either of them independently can represent something you don't fully know about yet, that you haven't seen, that it's not been brought into your awareness yet. And I've got both of them here. This always means there's something going on that you didn't know about. Final card to clarify this Five of Wands for your person is the Four of Swords. This is Libra energy. It's about mental stability. Like stabilizing your thoughts, like choosing to go inside to like calm the thinking down, take a rest, take a break, so that they can figure out what to do moving forward from here. This is the minor arcana version of the Hermit. The key difference is, like, A, the Hermit's much more powerful than this, but B, this is a choice. Like, a person chooses to take a pause and take a rest and to figure something out. The Hermit is like not a choice. Something happens that forces you into hermit mode. Your person wasn't forced into anything. Your person was the one making the decisions here, clearly making the decisions. Whether they thought them through very well or not, that's a whole different matter. But they were the ones making the decisions. They were the one in control. There's the Emperor again in your energy. They were the one in control here. And they were trying to figure out, what do I do in this spot? And a piece of them wanted to go one way and another piece wanted to go another. Central to their energy, Two of Cups, Cancer energy. This is a love connection between two people. It's like, I breathe you in, you breathe me in, we're connected, but it's a two, and twos represent a choice, a decision of some kind. We see them deciding very like emotionally unattached. Saw the Eight of Cups, them detaching emotionally. This is a choice either about the connection between the two of you that's central to their energy, or this is them having the choice between more than one cup, as in more than one person. Tell me about this Two of Cups, please. Why is this here for Pisces, romantic person of interest at the end of February 2023? You can't make it up. On the bottom of the deck, Page of Swords. News, messages, communications. This would be like premature or immature communication, like things being said way too soon before they were thought out. That's twice I've gotten that kind of a feeling here. I don't like saying this because I don't like throwing such big blanket statements out, but this is sometimes referred to as the narcissist card. I know some readers refer to this as a narcissist card. I've got both of them here describing your person. Look at all the swords here. This is not someone who has emotions. This is someone who's very calculated, very emotionally detached. In fact, the only cup that I have in their energy so far, the only emotions card I have out here so far, is the Two of Cups that I'm clarifying. And that's about a choice between more than one person here. This is either them like trying to figure out what to do, or this is you snooping and figuring it out yourself, or someone seeing what's going on and telling you about it. This has got something to do with uncovering what was happening. Yeah, right behind that, I have the Knight of Wands. Second fastest knight in the deck, rushing forward, taking some rapid, passionate action towards something there's passion and desire for. This is called the player of the tarot deck. It's someone, it's like a real wishy-washy bullshit kind of an energy. It's someone who comes rushing in all passionately and gets what they want from you, and then they rush out somewhere else all passionately and get what they want there too, and they're going back and forth playing two sides of the same fence here. They're running around as the merchant giving to two, because they've got two cups of love here, you and someone else. The Devil right behind that. If this isn't screaming someone who has like a sex addiction, or an addiction to passion and desire, or an addiction to chasing the new shiny thing, and then once I get it, okay, well now I want the next new shiny thing, and they're not in control of that, it's in control of them. This is definitely some heavy toxic energy. The connection you have with this person is definitely a distorted connection, and the longer you stay in that energy, the more it's going to distort you, Pisces. When I take a look at the clarifiers for this Two of Cups, the very first card, Judgment, Six of Wands, Three of Cups. Judgment is a final decision being made here. I've got that decision as the overall energy of the whole reading here. A decision that they were in control of to move forward and change everything between the two of you. Send it all to hell in a handbasket. You probably didn't see that coming because it was all hidden. This is that final decision. Are we calling it dead and over with, or can we resurrect this and bring it back to life? I don't see anything in their energy that looks like that's what's going on, although it is possible. Next clarifier we have is the Six of Wands, Leo energy of recognition. This looks like them being recognized for something, and this is draining the crap out of me. I swear I'm not tired whatsoever. This is them being recognized for something, and a judgment happening because of that, a decision between more than one person, and that being recognized. Sitting right beside the star, so that has something to do with the tower that took place and the severing of this connection here. Final clarifier for the Two of Cups is the Three of Cups. So here for a third time I've got escalating energy taking place. Actually for a fourth time, because we're going for the Five of Wands to the Six of Wands in their energy. Things moving forward a step at a time. This is Cancer energy. It can sometimes be reconciliation energy, like being reunited and celebrating. However, it can also represent a third-party love connection, because there are three cups of love in the picture here. And then there's the intuitive knowing that something's off, something's not right here, right beside that. The thing that doesn't have anything beside it on their end, for you it was the Fool, the risky behavior, taking risks outside of the connection, being foolish and just doing it without thinking about it. The thing on their side that has nothing beside it is this energy of figuring it out, or trying to figure it out. Final card in your person's energy here at the end of February, Pisces. Before I do this one, just want to remind you, go get your free birthday gift from me. I'll put the web address at the bottom of the screen again. It's in the description. It's in the pinned comment. Enter yourself into the drawing so you get a chance at a free personal reading with me, or one of the 2 gift cards. At the very least, I will send you a birthday present. So go do that while you're thinking about it, or wait till the end of the reading and do it. Just make sure you do it. Page of Pentacles is their final card. News, messages, communications about some practical, tangible, physical, real-world matter, some real-world opportunity, physical opportunity. A lot of times for me, this is planning for the future. Tell me about this Page of Pentacles, please. Why is this here for Pisces, romantic person of interest at the end of February 2023? Get one more on that, please. Thank you. Bottom of the deck, Page of Swords. So I've got the Page of Wands, the Page of Swords several times, the Page of Pentacles, the Page of Cups. I've got literally all 4 of the pages. If we're not dealing with an immature person, a not fully developed person, then I don't know what we're dealing with here. This is them having some sort of a plan for the future, potentially communicating with someone they have a physical opportunity with, and either them trying to figure out what to do, or you figuring it out in some way, whether that's you uncovered it yourself or someone else saw it and told you about it. What you uncovered was the fact that they're being a player. They're going back and forth playing 2 sides of the fence, and they're being run by their passion and their desire. The Lovers is right behind that. Now these are the same 2 cards we just saw a minute ago, in the same order, and when I got to the 3rd card down, it was the Devil. Now we have the Lovers here. So this is them feeling trapped in the connection with you, and feeling like this other one is the powerful connection. That's the one I want to have a plan for the future with. But again, this used to be called the choice, so it can represent a choice in your connection and a choice for them between more than one lover. Now, when I clarify this Page of Pentacles, I get the Chariot, the 2 of Swords, and the 9 of Pentacles again. The Chariot is Cancer's major arcana card. This is the fastest moving energy in the whole tarot deck. I have a feeling that this happened very abruptly. You probably didn't see it coming. I know it happened abruptly. I've seen the Knight of Wands twice, very fast energy. The Knight of Swords here, in terms of their decision, was very fast. It wasn't thought about first. This is them getting in the Chariot and just getting the hell out of Dodge. This is someone using their will to move past whatever's in their way and move forward in success and victory very quickly. I've actually got two cards. The central card for their entire energy is the Six of Wands, which is another energy of moving forward into the future successfully and victoriously. Next clarifier is the Two of Swords, Libra energy. I've seen a bunch of twos here too. This is a decision that they needed to make, only they weren't making the decision, either because they didn't have enough information, or because there was something they didn't know about yet, or something that they didn't want to look at. They didn't want to see it, hence the blindfold. It's like wearing blinders on purpose and deciding not to decide. I think that's what they were doing. They were deciding not to choose because they were torn about who to choose. They were torn about this choice between two cups and what their plan for the future was going to be. And I think at first they chose not to choose, and they decided to play both sides of the fence. They decided to give to two. And then it got exposed. What's right next to them choosing not to decide is them being recognized for something. And then the Star energy after that, which means the Tower had already happened by that point. Final clarifier for their Page of Pentacles is the Nine of Pentacles. Again, Virgo energy. This is a singles energy. It's a step backwards from the Ten of Pentacles, the combining together of lives. It's a step backwards from the Ten of Pentacles, which would be you and them together and either being married or living together or going down that path toward that. That coming to an end and them being in this singles energy. They're choosing not to decide, and you get into that spot because you represent yourself in the physical world as being single when you're not. That's also how you get in a third-party love scenario here. And whether or not you had the facts to support it, I think your intuition was cluing you in. Now, if you still have questions about this situation or your relationship, click on any of the videos that just appeared on your screen right now, and you'll be taken to more Pisces love readings that can give you more insight and more clarity about what's really going on in your particular situation. And I'll see you in the next video.